Audi has been incredibly successful racing diesel engines in long-distance races. Same with Peugeot, and now Mazda's about to do the same thing. John Doonan is the director of Motorsports for Mazda North America, and I asked him to tell us about their latest effort.
So Mazda wrote a lot of the record books in racing with the rotary. So we've opened up a new chapter here with the SkyActiv diesel technology. In the LA Auto Show today, we were able to announce it's going to be in the Mazda 6. It will debut at the Rolex 24 Daytona. First time a diesel-powered race car has ever raced at the Rolex 24, so we're thrilled to be breaking that ground. We'll have 4 cars there. Certainly the whole suite of SkyActiv technology is a race engineer's dream. Lighter weight body panels, more rigid and strengthened and more safe chassis, lighter weight and more efficient trannies, and a lighter weight and more efficient engine that is going to allow us to go the same race distance as our competitors on 30% less fuel.
If diesels get so much better fuel economy, that's got to translate into fewer pit stops, right?
So yes, in fact, we'll have about a 14-gallon fuel tank. So as we're fueling rather quickly, we'll be passing people in the pits as well as being able to go further than them on the racetrack. So we're really excited about it. The engine has performed extremely well in the dyno. We've got over 60 hours on one particular engine, and that's running laps at Daytona. Every shift, every corner, every acceleration, every deceleration. So we've proved it on the dyno, and now we're going to go and prove it in the most grueling 24-hour race in North America.
Okay, that's all very fine and good, but I asked John Doonan to give me some specific numbers about the engine's output.
Counterintuitive on the compression, both on the diesel and the gas engine, 14-to-1 on gas, 14-to-1 on diesel. In general, the target for the Grand Am class is about 400 horsepower and somewhere to the tune of 450 foot-pounds of torque. So the guys are going to have to make sure the old seat belts and the Hans device are strapped down tight because it's definitely going to be strong, especially on restarts. You can see that thing climbing up the banking at Daytona, approaching the prototypes because of the torque. But the guys are excited about it. It's certainly going to make a whooshing sound versus the pierce of the rotary. But we're very fortunate to be able to be aligned with not only the SkyActiv technology launch, but a new vehicle launch in the Mazda 6.
Race engines tend to be built by hand using prototype parts, but that's not the track that Mazda's taking.
We go racing to tell the story of how our engines and our vehicles are built with reliability, quality parts, and durability. The first 5 engines off the assembly line in Japan, the first 5 production engines, were shipped to Speed Source to begin development in Coral Springs, Florida. So in the end, the castings and the quality of the parts allow us to use over 200 part numbers on the race engine that are from the production engine. And if you did it by weight, it's over 63% by weight of the production engine is used in the race engine. So when we're done with that Rolex 24 and we've shown that the thing will go the distance at that power level and at that torque level, it gives the confidence to the consumer that's considering a Mazda 6 that when they turn the key in the driveway, it's going to have that same level of quality and reliability.
Mazda loves to go racing to build its brand, but I asked John Doonan if this was more about changing the public's perception about diesel engines.
Yeah, the very unique thing about this is when you push the starter button on the dyno, there's no smoke at startup, there's no after treatment, we won't be using a particulate filter, and the fuel that we're going to be using is absolutely synthetic, renewable diesel fuel. It's as clear as a bottle of water, has no odor, and even on refueling it doesn't foam. So it's a fuel produced out of Dynamic Fuels, which is a joint venture between Tyson Food Company and Centrolium out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
We're going to know soon enough how Mazda's diesels perform on the racetrack. The 24 Hours of Daytona runs at the end of next month.